Another parable he put forth to them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened to a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the householder came and said to him, Sir, did not you sow good seed in your field? From where then has it tares? He said to them, An enemy has done this. The servant said to him, Will you then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let them both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather you together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. What does this parable mean? Then Jesus sent the multitude away, and went into the house, and his disciples came to him, saying, Declare to us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said to them, He that sows the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who has ears to hear, let him hear. Verse 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like to a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth, and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Jesus said to them, Have you understood all these things? They said to him, Yes, Lord. Do you see a pre-trib rapture in them verses? No, there's no pre-trib rapture in them. It's not there. Yeshua said, It is written, Yeshua said this. This is what Yeshua taught. The parable of the wheat and tares. The wheat and the weeds, the darnel. He that sows the good seed is the Son of Man. Matthew 13, verse 37. Verse 38. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, or the end of the age, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who has ears to hear, let him hear. The wicked are gathered first and burned, and then the righteous shine in Yahweh's kingdom. That's what Yeshua taught. Nor in this scenario of the end of the world is there a pre-trib rapture to get the righteous out before the wicked. As plain as day. This is what Yeshua taught. All the pre-trib rapture verses are taken out of context. They take a verse here and a verse there and make a whole doctrine out of them. False doctrine. This is what Yeshua taught. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, the end of the age, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. In the end of this world the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom, and their Father. Who has ears to hear, let him hear. There is no rapture there before tribulation. Said the harvest is at the end of the world, the end of the age. Doesn't get any plainer than that. But it doesn't fit the pre-trib rapture scenario, so people disregard it. But this is what Yeshua taught. This is the truth. The wicked are gathered first. Do you believe what Yeshua taught or not? Matthew 13, verse 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like to a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. At the end of the world the angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. There's no pre-trib rapture there either. This is what Yeshua taught. The kingdom of heaven is like to a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full they drew to shore and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. This all happens at the same time. Not two separate events. This is the end of the world. This is what happens. The wicked are gathered first. The bad are gathered first. The good and the bad are separated at the same time. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and separate the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Don't you believe Yeshua? This is what Yeshua taught. He did not say the kingdom of heaven is like a net was cast into the sea, and all they caught was the good first, and kept them, and the bad fish stayed in the ocean. No, that's not what it says. The net was cast, and they gathered of every kind, good and bad. Which when it was full they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire, where there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. That means they're going to their eternal punishment. It's so simple. It's right there. How can you not understand that? Because people have been brainwashed with the pre-trib rapture teaching, this made-up fairy tale story. Believe Yeshua, not false teachers. This is how it's going to happen. Yeshua did not lie. The wicked are gathered first. This is the truth. The end of the world is the harvest, where the wicked and the good are separated. The wicked are thrown into the lake of fire, and then the righteous shine in Yahweh's kingdom. This is how it's going to happen. You are not going to get zapped up to heaven and miss all the troubles and tribulation. If you haven't noticed, the world is already in a whole lot of tribulation. This is the end of the age. It's nearing the end. The wicked will be gathered first and burned, and then the righteous shine in Yahweh's kingdom. This is what Yeshua taught. In Matthew 24, Mark 13, and Luke 21, same thing. Tribulation first, troubles, the abomination. Your own family will have you killed, martyrdom. And then Matthew 29. Hang on, let me show you. Matthew 24. Starting at verse 4, Yeshua tells of what's going to happen at the end of the world, the end of the age. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in various places. Haven't we all read this like many, many times? Everyone who wants to know what's going to happen at the end of the world has read this, have they not? All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Nothing about a pre-trib rapture here. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. The love of many shall grow cold. You've heard that before. Verse 11, and many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall grow cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. All these bad things are happening, and if you endure to the end, you shall be saved. It doesn't say you're going to get took up to heaven and escape all the troubles. If you endure all these troubles to the end, you shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness to all nations, and then shall the end come. Then the end comes. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which are in Judea flee into the mountains. Okay, so you got troubles. People will betray you. There'll be many false prophets and deceivers. The love of many shall grow cold. If you endure to the end, you shall be saved. Not if you get raptured and escape all this. No, you have to endure to the end. When you see the abomination of desolation, that's about the Antichrist and the mark of the beast. So you got all kinds of troubles. You got the Antichrist. And you got verse 16 saying, flee to the mountains, let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray you that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. This is the great tribulation. You got troubles, family betraying you, some will be put to death. You have the abomination of desolation, that's the Antichrist, the mark of the beast. It says flee to the mountains. Don't go back for your stuff. It's going to be hard times. The greatest tribulation ever. No rapture yet. No rapture. No rescue out of all these troubles. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. The elect will be here. The saints will be here. The days will be shortened because the saints are still here. Then if any man shall say to you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. The saints are still here. Don't believe the false prophets. They show great signs and wonders. The Antichrist. Revelation chapter 13. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say to you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chamber, believe it not. So Yeshua is saying, all these bad things are going to happen. The great tribulation, the Antichrist, the abomination that causes desolation. If they say, Jesus said, if they say I'm in the desert, don't go. Don't believe it. I'm in the secret chamber, don't believe it. Because when I come, it's going to be like lightning from one end of the sky to the other. Verse 27, for as the lightning comes out of the east and shines even to the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. It's not a secret rapture. There will be no secret rapture. Jesus said, it's going to be like lightning coming from the east and shining to the west. So shall also my coming be. Don't fall for this false prophet. They say, here's Yeshua. Here he is in the desert. Here he is in the secret chamber. No, don't believe it. Don't go. Verse 28, for wherever the carcass is, there the eagles will be gathered together. Verse 29, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When its branches yet tender and put forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. So likewise you, when you shall see all these things, know that is at the door, even at the doors. When you shall see all of what things? All of this here. The tribulation, the trouble, the love of many growing cold, the abomination of desolation, the great tribulation, false Christ, false prophets, the Antichrist. They say Jesus is here or there, don't believe it. Tribulation. And then, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, the stars shall fall from the heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in the heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. After the tribulation. Do you believe Yeshua or not? This is what he taught. Troubles, martyrdom, abomination of desolation, the Antichrist, tribulation. And then you shall see him coming in the sky. It's going to be like lightning. No secret rapture. He does not teach of him coming anywhere and rescuing anybody from trouble before all this. It's really easy to understand if you just throw away all that pre-trib rapture nonsense you've been taught. Just because the majority believes it does not mean it's true. Believe Yeshua, not the lies. So likewise you, verse 33, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. Verily, verily, I say to you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Then why don't you believe his words? Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. His words are right here for you to read and understand. First troubles, tribulation, martyrdom, Antichrist, abomination, cause of desolation, the greatest tribulation ever. The sun and the moon be darkened, stars fall from the sky. After the tribulation, then you shall see Yeshua return. Not any time before. If he was going to sneak in here and say, I'm going to rescue you before all this trouble comes, wouldn't it be in here? Wouldn't he have told you? It's not here, folks. Believe Yeshua, not the pre-trib rapture fairy tale lies. Verse 36, but of that day and hour knows no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. The people that aren't watching will be surprised. As in the days of Noah, there's some people out there teaching that the Nephilim or giants or whoever are going to be roaming the earth before all this happens. But it doesn't say that. It says in the days of Noah they were eating and drinking, giving in marriage, and they got taken by surprise by the flood. So when Yeshua comes back, it will be like a surprise to those not watching. Those that don't know, that aren't saved. Okay, people. This is how it's going to happen, just like Yeshua taught. Yeshua did not teach a pre-trib rapture. It's not in here. It's not in Matthew 24. It's not in Luke 21. It's not in Mark 13. Let's read Psalms 37. See if you can see anything in here about a pre-trib rapture or the righteous being taken out before the wicked. Fret not yourself because of evildoers, neither be ye envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shall you dwell in the land, and verily you shall be fed. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, and trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not yourself because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who brings wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. The evildoers will be cut off. Those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. That sounds like the parable of the wheat and tares, doesn't it? For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yes, you shall diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Matthew 5:5, the meek shall inherit the earth. The wicked plots against the just, and gnashes upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he sees that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man is better than the riches of many wicked, for the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The Lord knows the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. The righteous shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, they shall consume away. The wicked shall perish. The wicked borrows and pays not again, but the righteous show mercy and gives. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. I have been young, and now I am old, I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lends, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil, and do good, and dwell for evermore. For the Lord loves judgment, and forsakes not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaks wisdom, and his tongue talks of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart, none of his steps shall slide. The wicked watches the righteous, and seeks to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. Does that say you're going to get raptured? Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. You're going to see it because you won't be raptured. You'll be here on earth to see the wicked cut off. I've seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yes, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him. Does that sound like a pre-trib rapture? No. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him. Let's read Psalm 91. Does this talk of a pre-trib rapture in any way? Or maybe the wicked get destroyed and you will see it. What's this? Bug. Die bug. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my Elohim, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Who delivers you from the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence? El Shaddai, Jehovah, Elohim. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings shall you trust. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day. Sounds like trouble to me. Nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, your habitation. There shall no evil befall you, neither shall any plague come near your dwelling. Sounds like a bunch of trouble going on. Are you raptured out of here for this trouble? No. Yahweh protects you. Don't be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. That's a lot. 1,000 shall fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord, Jehovah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, your habitation. There shall no evil befall you, neither shall any plague come near your dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. They shall bear you up in their hands, lest you dash your foot against a stone. That sounds like it'd be pretty well protected, doesn't it, if you trust in Yahweh? You shall tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shall you trample under feet. Because He has set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him, and show him my salvation. You shall see the salvation of the Lord if you endure until the end. The wicked will perish. 1,000 will fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, and it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you see and behold the reward of the wicked, because you have made the Lord your refuge, the Most High your habitation. A lot of the Old Testament verifies this. But then we could read Joel, Daniel, Isaiah, Ezekiel. Study about the resurrection. There will be no pre-trib rapture. Yeshua does not come back before the trouble, the great tribulation, and zap up to heaven all the saints and rescue them out of trouble. No, He gathers the wicked first. You will see the destruction of the wicked, but it won't touch you. Yahweh's wrath is not upon His own people, it's upon the wicked. The wicked are taken first and burned, and then the righteous shine in His kingdom. The pre-trib rapture is a false teaching. It's a fairy tale. It's one of the greatest lies of the devil ever upon the people of Yahweh. And the people say, it doesn't matter what I believe. Yes, it does matter what you believe. If you're not prepared to see what's coming, if you go through hard, trying times and you're weak-spirited because you were expecting to get zapped out of that trouble and taken to heaven to miss it, you easily could fall away. There will be a great falling away before Yeshua returns, because there will be such great trouble, great deception. There's been great deception already. As time goes by, you can see more and more deception being revealed as true about the governments of the world. And what you thought was good is not good. You know what I mean. Anyway, what more can I say? Just believe the scriptures. Believe what the scriptures say. Forget all that false doctrine of pre-trib rapture, and prepare your hearts and souls for tribulation, for persecution, for martyrdom. Some will be martyred. Some will fall away. Some will be martyred. And some will live to see the return of Yeshua. Don't fall away. Prepare your hearts. There is no pre-trib rapture. You must endure tribulation. Yeshua said, in the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Be faithful unto death. Search the scriptures, study, find out truth for yourself. Don't just sit on a church pew or listen to all these preachers all the time about this and that. Ask Heavenly Father to show you the truth in the Word. Study, show yourself approved. Study, study, study. The scripture says the Holy Spirit is our teacher. Ask Yahweh for the Holy Spirit with the evidence of speaking in tongues, and then speak in tongues every day. Pray in the Spirit. Ask to interpret. Study the gifts of the Spirit. Study, study, study.